This episode of the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast is brought to you by the Podcast Reach System. Are you ready to exponentially reach more profitable customers? Launching and hosting your own show is your proven best solution for networking, client attraction, and establishing your celebrity expert brand. Visit www.podcastreachsystem.com and claim your rightful place as the leading star of your industry so you make a difference for your community, market, and audience. Welcome to the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast. Join us as we celebrate entrepreneurs, business creators, and brilliant minds who reveal what they are doing to make the world a better place by being part of it. Be sure to visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now sit back, lean in, tune in, get your notepad and 2 pens ready, and let's get started.
My name is Adam Homey. I am your host, and I am honored by your wise decision to tune in and invest in yourself today. Right now, we are speaking with Troy Holder, a very interesting guy who's known as the MarketingDoc. Troy Holder has helped his clients generate over $2.5 billion in United States currency over the past 27 years. Now he helps consultants, coaches, entrepreneurs, professionals, and executives amplify their brands to achieve their desired lifestyle and growth. His strategies help close the gap from where you are to where you need to be. This is going to be a fun conversation. Troy, welcome aboard.
Hi, thank you, Adam. I'm so glad to be here. I'm looking forward to this interview and to sharing and contributing to your community.
Absolutely. So the first question is, speaking of contributing, how does the work you do make the world a better place for your clients, customers, and society at large?
Great. Now, I'm a firm believer that every one of us have a message, that we are all here for a purpose and we need to contribute. And I actually help my clients to be able to get to the place where they can share that message, where they have the level of confidence and they have the opportunities to be able to share so that they can impact the world. I believe I've been placed here to empower individuals to impact the world, and that is what I do. Marketing and branding is just happen to be the tools of my trade. But I would have been doing the very same thing if I was a school teacher.
Yeah. All right. All right. So what is it that you actually do, just so our listeners understand?
Now, as a marketing expert and a brand strategy coach, what I do is help persons to position their offers and their message in such a way that they are become client attraction magnets, rather than having to run behind clients. That by their messaging, by the way that they package themselves, by the way that they communicate, that they're able to attract their ideal customers. So it's really bridging the gap from where they are to where they want to be. And I actually have a pyramid that I work with. So you go all the way from being a generalist to being a celebrity. I help you identify where you are. And once you identify where you want to be, I provide you with the strategy and the guidance to get to that destination
Wow,
without
that's awesome.
nutrition.
That's great. So in
Yeah.
your experience, what are 3 of the most frequently asked questions that people have for you as they're going through their journey of finding their way to working with you?
Uh, Most people ask me the question, would people really pay me this much for that? Can I really charge that much? I don't feel comfortable doing this. Do you think I can really do this? These are some of the common questions that I get because oftentimes we are our harshest critic. And I was just saying to some clients that we often price our product based on what we can afford or what we are prepared to pay. So if they're helping them to overcome that self-defeating and limiting mentality. So these questions, once I'm able to respond to these questions, they're a lot happier and calmer.
Yeah. What are some questions you wish people would ask?
I really wish people would ask, how can you help me? Because it's amazing. You would think that that would be a common question, but people spend so much time complaining and being worried about their own insecurities and their own inabilities that sometimes they don't even act in terms of how I can help them. Some people even dismiss themselves even before the conversation has started. So if more people would have asked, how can you help me? Then I will be able to help a whole lot more people.
I'd like to point out something, and I cover this in my book here, Groundhog Day is an Event, Not a Business Strategy, that so many times folks will provide the answer on behalf of their prospect without involving the prospect in the conversation. They'll say things like, well, there's no way they're going to afford that. My audience would hate that. Nobody in my market's going to respond to that. They don't want to receive emails. They don't want me to make an offer at their event. Meanwhile, the person on the other end isn't being involved in the conversation. So you're saying they wouldn't want to receive emails. Did you ask the person who's hosting you on the event? Did you ask them whether or not you can make an offer? If it's, for example, you're making an offering to the marketplace, you want to charge for it. Did you involve them in the conversation as to whether or not they might like to have that? And so many folks just, for that limiting reason, will put a no answer in the other party's mouth without just bothering to ask them. And the thing is the weird thing is how often the answer is yes, but we never know because we never raised the question
Never
in the
tried.
first
Never
place.
tried. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so true. Sounds
Yeah.
as, sounds as though we have the same clients.
Yeah. So, and I think that's universal. And I think all of us go through that at some point as entrepreneurs and as business creators. So let's have some fun here. Let's flip things up a little bit and discover more about Troy Holder, the man. First of all, what would people who know you be surprised to learn about you?
Yeah, people will probably be surprised that I'm a really good cook, um, and to the point that I do most of the cooking in my house, and I like experimenting. As a matter of fact, when I put on my apron, I go from the marketing doc to Chef Devar, um, and I make some awesome meals. And I'm from the Caribbean, so a lot of traditional Caribbean dishes, and I totally love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People surprised to find out what I can do with various vegetable fried rice recipes. They're thinking,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
how can you do that?
yeah,
Oh,
I cooked
yeah.
fried rice. I cooked fried vegetable fried rice yesterday.
Uh huh. We'll have to compare recipes sometime. What do you hope people
Sure.
say? Yeah. What do you hope people say about you when you're not around to hear it?
Yeah. That I really want people to say it. He didn't just offer advice. He offered practical, applicable solutions. That's what I want them to say. Not just
Yeah.
advice, practical, applicable solutions.
If you could go back in time and change one thing you've done or one thing you've experienced, what would it be and why?
Yes. Wow. I would have had my kids 5 years earlier.
Okay.
5 years earlier and 2 years closer. That way,
Right.
right now, I would not have to be dealing with preteen. I
Oh,
love
I
it.
see.
I love being a father, but yeah, the older you get, the more patience you need to be with the young children. Because I have three kids, 18, 10, and 6 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, you got some gaps in there. You committed to kind of a long ride with fatherhood.
Oh yes, but it's a
Uh-huh.
beautiful experience.
Exactly. Exactly. What famous person, alive or dead, would you like to meet? And if you had the opportunity, what question would you have for them?
Uh, Richard Branson is still one of the people I would absolutely love to meet. After reading his book, "Losing My Virginity," I would want to ask him. I mean, uh, what really caused him, to risk his life to win a bet with his aunt?
Wow. Wow, that's that's a good question. What motivates and inspires you to keep going when you're having a tough time or facing a challenge?
Yeah. When I was 14 years old, my high school teacher said to me, "Troy Holder, you can be almost anything in life you want to be. You may have to work a little harder and it may take a little longer, but if you stick it, you can achieve it." And I have used those words in some of the challenging times in all areas of my life, whether it was in relationships, in business, and and I continue to share And that keeps me going, knowing that what she said was true. And she said it from a position of love and from a position of having done such herself. So I've used it, it's working, and I continue to use it because there are things I need to achieve.
Yeah, my fifth grade teacher was a generally disagreeable person. She wasn't exactly my favorite teacher, and she wasn't really, generally speaking, the person I really enjoyed hanging around the most. And it's funny when we encounter some of these folks in our lives because they can leave us with some of the most profound lessons. And I believe that their impact as such is because on one level you don't really expect it from them, and on the other level, when it comes from them, you know it's genuine because they're not
Genuine.
putting out a lot of fluff or a lot of ambiguity. So this is a
Correct.
lesson that she taught me, that there are two types of smart people in the world. Those who know everything and those who know where to look it up. And of the two, it's the second that are actually smarter because they're also more resourceful.
Thank God for teachers.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So now finally, and I know you have a special gift for our listeners, which I will introduce to them. But right now, in general, what is one action you would love for our listeners to take as soon as they finish listening to what we're sharing today?
The one thing I would want them to take is massive action on the things that they've been putting off. Right now, most of your listeners, there's something that they've always wanted to do. It can maybe in business, in life, in relationship, and now is the time to do it. Life is short. Tomorrow is not promised. You need to start now. Use what you have and get started. There are things they may be waiting for. Some people are waiting for the perfect time. I was told many years ago the perfect time was yesterday. That is gone. The next best time is today. So I would want everyone who's hearing me right now. That one thing you've been putting off because you're waiting for the right time. The right time is right now. Start today.
And on that note, I think our listeners are going to love how you back that up with action. I encourage our viewers to go to www.troyholder.com/ amplify my brand chat.html. Are you ready to position your brand like an expert to achieve your desired lifestyle faster? And this just shows what a generous individual Troy Holder is. You can request your private brand building marketing call with him right now. His time, his availability are extremely limited. I know that people are going to be rushing to this, so make sure you take him up on this before he gets so busy he has to take the offer down. It's not every day that people come to Brilliance Plus Passion and share this level of commitment to helping you succeed. So again, go to www.troyholder.com/ amplify my brand chat.html while the page is still up. And with that, Troy Holder, thank you again. It's been an honor, and believe me, an education.
Yes, it has been. Thank you so much, Adam. And any way I can contribute to your community, just give me a call.
Thank you for tuning into the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast, where we celebrate entrepreneurs, business creators, and brilliant minds who are making a difference for their community, market, and audience. Remember to visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast.